Hello and welcome back. This is haul number 3, and once again this is my time to show you strange and unusual things that I own and I think might fascinate you. So let's begin. Okay, first thing I want to show you is this little ceramic cat. It's made in Japan. I don't know what brand it is, but I bought it from Mary the other day. It was in a flea market. There were several of these, and they were all over the place. And I'm wondering, you know, I don't know why there were so many, but we decided to take one home, and I think it's pretty cool. And I'm placing it probably in the 1950s. It's just kind of neat because it has this sort of sloppy paint, and there were so many of them, we felt kind of sad, so we got one. Okay, next item. This is what looks like a Coke bottle, but actually, hold on, it's from the 40s, by the way, and it even has a neat little bottle cap on the top, but it's actually a cigarette lighter. This still has a little flint to it. This is another little relic of a bygone period, and I just think it's just kind of neat. So, and it is made out of plastic, but strangely enough, this is from my grandma's stuff, and she never smoked. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. Next item. This is a really cool little miniature piano where it opens up. And the reason I own this and the reason I like it is because if you wind up the back of it, okay, it plays as time goes by. So this is kind of a must for Casablanca fans. And I'm a huge Casablanca fan. And you might have noticed in one of my reviews, I think I have a big Casablanca hot chocolate mug. So if you're a Casablanca fan, this is something you should own. And I actually bought this in an antique store in New Mexico. I don't think this is much of an antique. Looking at it, I would, put it in the 90s. But still, it's neat. Nice little piece of movie stuff there. And that song's going to finish itself out. And we're going to move on. Okay. This is a bottle of Cashew Wine. I picked this up in Belize. My wife and I were on a cruise, and on the bus trip, the tour guide was constantly talking about Cashew Wine and how it was so unique to Belize, and the effects from it. And according to the tour guide, when you drink cashew wine in large quantities, you will actually be intoxicated, all that day, and then when you fall asleep, and as soon as sunlight hits you, you will actually become intoxicated again. This is the claim they made. Apparently this gives you 3-day-long spells of intoxication. Well, as appealing as that scenario sounds to me, I'm really not going to drink it unless there's some sort of impending catastrophe that requires me to be intoxicated for 3 or 4 days, like maybe a meteorite that's going to hit the earth or something. And then in that case, I'll probably be working on this bottle while everyone else is panicking and scurrying around. I'll be, looking for the effect of that. But otherwise, if that doesn't happen, I'm not going to drink this. I just bought it as a souvenir. I did taste it when I was buying it at the souvenir shop. I asked the gentleman who was selling them if I could have a taste of it, and it was just sort of a funny scene. He had a shot glass sitting there, and he handed the shot glass to a kid, and the kid rinsed it out with a water hose, and then the man poured the cashew wine, so I tasted it, and it does taste a little bit like sherry. I don't know if it affected me when I did taste it, but I don't think my behavior became strange or anything, but anyway, it just says it's 10% alcohol by volume. It's stamped May 15th, 09, and I think that's a pretty good year. And anyway, it's just an oddity and a souvenir from the trip. So if you do happen to go to Belize, they're probably going to be telling you to buy this stuff, so might as well pick up a bottle. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you is this. These are actual relics from a Civil War blockade runner, and it was actually named the hold on, the Georgiana. It was sunk in Vicksburg, and it was dredged up, and for a period of time back in the 80s, they were selling artifacts from it, and my parents were nice enough to buy some of these for me, and I'm going to open this up. Okay, the box is pinned shut, which I think is neat. And what we have here is a piece of brown glass, 2 brass pins right here. This is a mini ball that's been obviously impacted, which is the type of ammunition that was used in the Civil War rifles. This is a musket ball, which also obviously was impacted. This is a cartridge from a Spencer carbine that's badly corroded, but either way, it's somewhat intact. And finally, this is a glass button. And this is actually the oldest button I own. So I keep it right here. It was probably from a gentleman's blouse or shirt. And I really think this is neat. I like how it's displayed on a bed of cotton, which is significant because the blockade runners during the American Civil War were actually packed with cotton, and they were transporting that cotton to Great Britain to trade for infield muskets to supply the Confederate Army. And so it is, you know, significant they placed that on some cotton here. So I'm really proud to own these little Civil War relics. And anyway, once again, these were odd things. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will make plenty more.